everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name's Josh. Thanks for joining me today. I'm so happy you're here and that I'm still here. I've been in the hospital for like 20 visits in the last couple of days. Anyway, I'll tell you a little bit more about that after the intro. But today we're talking about B-Dong. I guess she did a video right before everything went down with me, and I was going to cover it, obviously, but she's coming out with breaking my silence. I was sued by the state of tech now. She's allowed to talk about it now, I guess, since the case is done. I don't know, but I'm sure she's going to cry. She's going to, take victim status, and she's absolutely not going to own up to anything, even though she claims to be a Christian. So I'm sure this will be fun. So let's talk about it. Guys, thanks for joining me in this channel. You are amazing for being here. Make sure you subscribe, hit that little bell, and make sure you smash the like button because that really helps. Also, in the corner here, I think you can buy shirts if you want to support this channel. A lot of really cool stuff down there. And you can also join my Patreon or my YouTube membership and get sweet emojis and get early videos and stuff like that. I haven't done many early videos this week just because I've been kind of a write-off. And I'll spin the wheel next week and all that kind of stuff just because, I don't know, I'm missing days. It's like all blending into one now. I don't know. It's really weird. So yesterday, more story time if you're wondering. So last night in bed, I woke up in severe kidney pain. So it felt like I had another kidney stone. That's what it felt like. And if you've ever had a kidney stone, everybody knows what I'm talking about, okay? There is no pain like kidney pain. Sam knows, right? And so when you are in kidney pain, it can make you want to vomit, makes you want to pass out. It is I've never experienced pain like it before. Anyway, so I'm worried. Obviously, I just had 2 kidney stones removed during a surgery. I have a stent in right now, and it's still hurting. So I'm like, what is going on? So finally I started taking morphine again, and I have what's called diclofenac, which are suppositories. And I just kind of took those until the pain went away, and then every 3 hours, the pain would come back, just roaring back. So I went to the hospital the next day, and you check in because the surgeon, my urologist said, hey, if you're in pain, this happened, you have to come back. So you go back, but it's not like you have a place. It's not like when you go to McDonald's or like a restaurant and you forget your ketchup and you can run up quick and be like, oh, let me just get some ketchup. Right? You can bud for ketchup. No one's going to say something, but you don't get the bud for food. Basically, you're not getting ketchup. I had to go through the whole process. I had to be triaged through emergency just before I get to triage. It's an hour. Okay. And this is just how our system works. And that's probably how a lot of systems work. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying that takes a while. So I'm obviously in pain and finally get triaged, finally get my blood done. I give pee, which is blood. I'm like, you can just take the blood out of the pee, no? So I get it all done and my kidney function is not good. So I think they're saying some of the meds I'm taking are blocking some of my kidney functions bad. So anyway, go in and get another CT scan, that big machine that does the thing, and they say, yeah, still a little bit of a piece of kidney stone in there, and we're going to give you a Flomax, we can give you all the stuff, and let's see, hopefully it gets out. So that's kind of what happened. I was at the hospital for about 11 hours yesterday, just chilling. But I did an Instagram live, or not Instagram live, I did Ask Me Anything, so it helped the time pass and stuff like that. Waiting now is a lot easier than waiting back in the day. Now we have like a device in our hand. You can literally just watch Netflix or whatever. We're just gonna do that anyway, right? So it's not so bad. We're in like a good time of life that if you gotta wait, not a lot of people are complaining about waiting because you have entertainment in your hand for the whole time. So just didn't get any sleep. I'm still pretty tired, not gonna lie. So now I have to go to the doctor today, right after this video, to plastics. I guess they're called plastics. I don't know. I'm not getting plastic done or anything like that. If you see me come back with full lips or anything, it's a coincidence, right? But anyway, I'm getting my cheek looked at and all that stuff. So I cannot believe what has happened. I hope that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay? I might never ride a scooter again. That's a lie. I got a new helmet. I'm riding scooters. You can't take me down. Big scooters can't take me down. Okay? Just got to be way more safe. How about that? Anyway, so let's get into the B-Dong video and see what's going on with her. Let's see if she tells the truth or takes any accountability. The most important part about being a Christian, not most important, but one of the most important parts about being Christian is this thing that we talk about a lot, especially when it comes to Melina Cicciati and people like her who are Christian grifters, is the idea of humility, right? Of being like, I'm wrong. That's okay. I'm forgiven. In my opinion, it's almost like a badge of honor to be a Christian and say like, I was wrong with that. I'm sorry with that. And I took accountability. It makes you a better person. It says a lot about a Christian who cannot take accountability for the shit that they've done. Actually means to me, they ain't really Christian. Same. Like one of the main, like the people that I know to be real Christians that, you know, and you can never know, but the people that I claim to think that are real Christians, those are the people in my life that I've been like, they're the most humble and the most open about their issues or the problems or, you know, not judging others or whatever. I know I'm going to completely judge her here, but those are the people that you know that if they've done something, they'll own up to it, they'll apologize, or they'll be there. So far, this woman is just it's everybody else to blame, or the situation is to blame. She can't take any, like, I imagine she just took the high road, the road less traveled, whatever you want to call it, the Christian road, just said, look, guys, I was absolutely wrong. It would flabbergast her haters, first of all. She's like, look, I was totally wrong. I shouldn't have done it. Boom, you're already convicted of it. You already got to pay $500,000 back or whatever it is. It's not much. You can't be convicted of it again. You might as well just take the blame for it because you basically, I've been guilty of it, and just say, look, you know, now that I've gone through the process, I'm looking back, I'm seeing that I was wrong. And it's my job as a Christian to tell you guys, if you're going to be a Christian, here's the proper way to deal with something like this. I was wrong. And I have to make amends to those I've done wrong to. But she won't. Guarantee she won't. So let's take a look at this hot flaming pile of garbage. Of course she's got tissue. Of course. And the opening of the video is silence. I'm sad that I got caught for breaking the law. F off. Already it's fake. Already you know that she's not sorry. She has no remorse for what she's done. Because if you're going to open your video like this, already you're disingenuous.
I don't even know how to start.
Well, you can start by getting different eyelashes. It looks like you literally put soot on the bottom of your... What is going on? You didn't have to put this in. Here's the thing. Of this video right here, what you're watching, she did not have to put this in. There is no good reason for this except for, I feel sorry for you, Brittany Dong. That's what she wants. She wants you to feel sorry for her. If she had any remorse about what she did, what is she crying about? She ripped off other people. What do you have no business crying about this. You're not the victim here, Brittany. You made many victims. So what the hell?
Introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself. That's what this guy's saying. Who is this? Is his name again? Justin or something? Hi, I'm Brittany Dong, and I'm guilty as F. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Just go with it.
Why did you keep this in the video? Because she's like, look how supportive he is of my criminal activity. If your hubby ain't supportive of your criminal activity, throw him to the curb, girls.
Yes.
Hello, YouTube, and welcome back.
Oh my God, that's where you had to start it right there. That's it. You didn't have to put the other shit in to show behind the scenes. Like, this is already, everything that's gonna come after this is a fake ass lie. Why don't they see this? Am I just have some kind of sixth sense for this stuff, or is it just everybody sees right through this bullshit, right? My guess is that everybody sees through this bullshit.
To my channel, in full transparency, I just had a breakdown because this is probably the hardest video I'm ever gonna film.
Why don't you just not put the eyelashes on? It looks silly. And if you did have a mental breakdown, where's all the streaks?
I have Jordan here.
Oh, Jordan.
Just for moral support. Really no other reason than that. Because
Guy killed a dog in the street.
he's the best husband. So I tried filming this on my own and I was train wreck. So he's here to help me.
What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Help you? Tell you to smarten up? Stop being a big ass pussy and just own up to what you did? I don't understand why she's so sad. Brittany Dunn, you did this to you. You broke the law. You took advantage of people. You ripped people off. How did she... That's a talent. Like, I'm mad, but I'm also impressed. Like, damn, woman. That's pretty good. You're just like, oh my God, I did this to me and I am crying. What? Holy shit. How about weaponizing your tears?
Here I am.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, weird chin.
You guys probably know by the title of this video what this is about. I'm here today to give full context. First, to take full responsibility for where I went wrong, for the mistakes that were made, where I messed up.
But first, context. It's like, I have to give you context before I tell you where I went wrong. Let's do the context. So guilty people are always like, oh, there's context. I'm sure there's context, right? All I care about is the guilt. And you're guilty. And you admitted it. Fine, good. But here's the context of my guilt. No one cares about your context. You ripped people off. You hurt people. Lots and lots of people. And now you get to cry on camera? The audacity of these eyelashes.
But also to give full context to this lawsuit, how my business started, where things went wrong, and how everything came about and ended in being sued by the state of Texas at
Not everybody can say that.
28 years old. Yeah. And I'm gonna try not to get emotional. I'm not promising.
You don't get to be emotional. You broke the fucking law, man. What are you getting emotional about? That you had to reap what you sowed? Is that how you say that? Is that what you're upset about? I don't understand this. You're a Christian, right? You believe in Jesus. Like, persecution's part of it. If you do something wrong, you're going to be judged for it. What are you sad about? You did this, man. I don't get this.
Anything, because at the end of the day, I'm human. And this has been the hardest 4.5 years of my life that I have had to keep quiet and live in secret because I was not allowed to speak up. I was not allowed.
Did you live in secret? Did you? No, I'm pretty sure you were on the internet every effing day of those 4.5 years. You did not live in secret. You just didn't talk about this. That's not living in secret, dumbass. What an idiot. We all wish you would have lived in secret, but you didn't, so say something different.
Say anything about this once it was what it was. So just start at the beginning. Yeah.
Start at the beginning.
Yeah.
Start at the beginning. So once upon a time, I was super skinny, and then I was a little bit of an influencer. People are like, oh my God, how do you get so skinny like you? And you're like, I'm not going to tell you the truth, because the truth is probably pretty dangerous. But here's a plan that you can buy from me, and it's like perfectly aligned to you, and I'll talk to you about it. But then I won't talk to you about it, but I'll take your damn money. And then some of you got mad. Rightly so, because I'm a crook. The end. I told it. There's a story. She's got another 20 minutes.
So I'm going to take you guys back to 2012. Before I do that, though, I do want to say that I am so subscribe for anyone that was genuinely hurt by this.
That's it. That's the whole video right there. I was wrong, and I'm so sorry. See you in the next one. No, she's going to have to monetize it. The reason why she does this is because she wants to make money off of the shit that she did wrong. So not only is she double capitalizing on the lies and the treachery, she's also lying. And she's not being a good Christian. Okay? If you get to capitalize even more after the fact, you're not sorry, you're not repentant. I'm not Jesus or anything, obviously. I'm just saying, Jesus would be like, oh, I see that. I see right through that.
It was never my intention to harm anyone. I started a business when I was young, and it blew up and became something that I never could have seen coming. And because of that, and because of my arrogance and just being dumb, for lack of better words, and not letting my pride get the best of me and being prideful and not asking for help, things happened and things slipped through the cracks. But
you call that slipping through the cracks? Ripping people off? Now, she gets to change the language, but we're not going to let her change language because she is taking accountability. Good for you, finally, right? And it's odd that she only took accountability after the guilty verdict. Do you think that if this would have been kept going, or she would not have, for whatever reason, would have been dropped, she would have been claimed guilty of it? No. Right? But she's like, it's young. I don't care. You're in your 20s, man. It's not like you're 15 doing it. And I was dumb. So hire people. There's lots of ways you could do it. You got greedy and you ripped people off. Okay? That shit, and it's prideful. There's so many things wrong with you that you probably likely judge in so many others in the same way, but you're just as bad or worse.
Nothing was ever done maliciously, and everything is done with as of April 25th. Mm-hmm. Everything is done with. So
it's not done with. You still owe like hundreds of thousands of dollars. So unless she wrote a check for that, maybe she did.
That being said, I'm going to take you guys through where everything started.
Why are you crying? Honestly, what do you have to cry about? You belong in jail, man.
2012. You can do it.
Yeah. So to
F off. So bad. They're so bad at this. Oh, I need support to talk about why I was wrong. You don't need support when you talk about other shit. When you're ripping people off, you don't have them there to support you. Only when you need them there when shit hits the fan. Okay.
2012, I was in college. I remember just not having any confidence, being super insecure. I had low self-esteem, and seeing all the girls on campus that were so bubbly and outgoing and just confident in their skin. And I wanted that, and I had been an athlete my whole life, but I never had that because I was never focused on like aesthetics. I was focused on being quick, being strong, being powerful, but never like the physical appearance. And so I went on this journey in college after hitting a somewhat rock bottom, and ended up losing weight, had a drastic transformation, which I will put here on the screen so you guys can understand.
What guitar is that? Can't tell what guitar it is.
What that was. For
No, she's showing it on purpose. Right? Look how good I was looking.
context, really didn't even look like my before picture, anything. Like I looked like two different people, and that was also kind of when Instagram started. So remember I had shared these photos on my Instagram just to be an inspiration.
Oh my God, here we go. I just wanted to be an inspiration. I wanted to make everybody jealous of my transformation. Don't say stupid shit that we can see right through, because we know who you are, okay? If an influencer ever says, I just want to share my inspiration, no. What they mean to say is I want to show off my ass, okay? I can translate all these things for you. Look at my inspiration photo. Look at my ass. That's what they're saying, okay? If you can post literal pictures of the splits and your ass and your boobs and everything else, it's not for inspiration, okay? You're showing off. Cool? All right, just making sure you guys are on board with the translation of the fake tan.
I was young, I was dumb, I was naive, I had no idea how to manage this business that was now being placed in my hands. And because of that,
No, someone doesn't place a business into your hands, you asshole. You started the business. You placed the business in your hands. See, she's taking herself out because she's already blaming everything else but herself right now. I had this business placed in. No, you started the website. You did all this. She's acting like someone else made her do it. Again, that's not accountability, everybody. Not.
I didn't ask for help. I didn't know that I could ask for help. I was prideful in a sense of, well, if it needs to be done, I'll just do it myself.
No, you were greedy and you didn't want to give anybody any money. Let's be real.
I just wanted it done the right way. And
did it end up getting done the right way? Just saying. I'm just saying.
I didn't realize at such a young age that you can entrust those tasks to other people. I didn't realize that I could ask for help. I didn't realize that I could hire on a team.
Okay, then no worries. All good with the fraud. You didn't know you could get somebody to help you? Our bad. We shouldn't have sued you then. We'll take everything back. Because that's definitely a defense. You dumbass. What an idiot.
Didn't realize that those things were part of growth in a business, and I do now. It's a very hard lesson to learn. So 2019 was the moment that everything came to a head for me.
She's skipping a whole bunch of shit. Yeah, I've been doing this fraud thing from 2012 to 2019, and in those 7 years, you're like, oh, good. That's really what you're going to tell everybody? You're just going to skip all the shit? Okay. Total accountability. Total.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've never seen so much accountability in my life. It's just, I'm overwhelmed with the accountability. I honestly want to know what you're crying about, Bidong. What are you sad about right now? I think she's trying to come across as like she's repentant. So these are tears of repentance. No, because the context of what you're speaking about is you owning up to your shit and you're crying about getting caught. Oh my, do you not see this? That we can see that you're fake? Ew, this is the grossest apology I've ever seen.
So in 2019, there was a prank video.
You pussy. This is her to do this. B Dong, you big pussy. You take accountability, you tell the story. Now you're forcing this guy who wasn't even part of it to tell your story because you're embarrassed. That's why. You are sad and embarrassed. And you should be, because you're a sad, embarrassing piece of garbage. You absolutely, now you get out of it and let him do it. Just talk about taking no accountability.
That was put on YouTube by someone with a platform, a pretty large platform. And that person portrayed themselves as a father of a client of Brittany's. They flew out to LA, where she was the face of a booth for the LA Fit Expo. And that person approached her and caught her off guard. And
I think I remember that. This is when it all kind of started. They had a change.org petition.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yeah.
You look familiar.
Yeah.
You look like you stole my daughter's money.
Ooh.
Are you kidding me?
I ain't kidding you. Yep, you took $200.
Hey, Mike, can you stop this guy from calling me out?
Hey, this woman took $200 from my daughter.
I'm gonna ask you later.
Can I get my money back before I file a complaint on her? It ain't nothing with you, but the fact that she stole $200 from my daughter from her fitness plan, blocked her on Instagram.
I'm gonna need you to step
And why
out of
she
the
hiding
booth.
back there if she can't handle it?
I'm gonna need you to step out of the booth.
All right, sir, because I'm about to call the police if I don't get my $200 back.
And I'm gonna call the police if you don't step out of my fucking booth.
Well, I better get my money back. I want to talk to her.
This guy's like, good thing I took my roids this morning.
Well, you're not gonna talk to her.
Why do you got a problem with me?
Look at Brittany just laughing about it. Are you laughing now there, B Dong? No, you're crying, trying to tell the story and then forcing your husband to tell it because you can't tell it for some reason. You deserve everything that's coming your way right now. This is karma. This is real karma, everybody. And a lot of Christians don't believe in karma, but they believe in judgment, right? So, I mean, at the same time, if you believe yourself to be a professing Christian, then you should be like, okay, God probably should be doing this.
It's okay to steal money? Sir, you need to calm down. Get a dip. You get a dip, sir.
Get a dip.
Calm down.
Get a dip.
Well, just talk to her real quick.
That's
I gotta
gross.
calm down, sir. I gotta calm down.
Hey, Ryan.
You see that? She stole my daughter's money and she ain't gonna give it back. You see that?
But seriously, first
See that?
get this fucking asshole out of here.
Oh, that guy sounds nice. Definitely gonna sell some team coffee with that language.
You're an asshole, sir. You're an asshole for fucking standing up for her.
You guys are spilling tobacco on my fucking
This is U.S. of A. This is goddamn American soil right here.
piece of harassing, Brittany.
I'll see her in court. That's right. This for all the girls she stole money from. You look like a Cheeto.
Ouch. I forgot about that part.
Liar.
Oh my God. Imagine everybody there is now rethinking their friendship with Brittany Dawn. They're like, I don't want to be friends with her anymore.
What I was saying is,
She's crying, oh my God, I got called out for ripping somebody off. I wonder if she's explaining to those guys, okay, look, here's the deal. I had this thing where it was actually an eating disorder that I had, and then I was trying to tell people how to lose weight, and I sold all these plans, okay? And they were supposed to be like custom plans to the person, but then I was just sending them the same shit over and over and over again. It was basically a giant ripoff, okay? It was a huge scam. Okay, well, that's another story. But this guy says I ripped him off. I probably did, but yeah, tears first. Anyway, that's kind of what happened there. I remember that video.
and accused her of scamming his daughter.
So, the expo, when this prank happened, first of all, I was completely caught off guard. My
Really?
dad has always taught me that if you don't know what to say in the heat of a moment, it's better to not say anything than to say something you'll regret.
That's actually true. Don't speak to the police. Someone confronts you, just shut your mouth. Unless you got something good to say. It's just good at debating and stuff. If you got a good roast or something, go for it.
And now looking back, that's biblical. I wasn't living for Christ then, and that's my testimony, and that's going to be
The Lord.
the last video in this series. But it is biblical to hold your tongue if you don't know what to say in the moment.
What scripture is that? Is there a scripture for that? You could have just thrown a scripture up there. We can see it. No, it's biblical to be humbled, to have humility, to own up to your own shit. And she's like, look, the Bible says if you're guilty, not to say anything. That's not what the Bible says, okay? The Bible says to own up to your guilt, to own up to the things that you've done, is to correct those things that you've done, is to seek forgiveness from those that you need to seek forgiveness from. And I don't know if she's done that. Maybe she's done it to a couple people, but at the same time, this video ain't it. This video did not have to be 23 minutes long of the story. It could have been 5 minutes of like, I was wrong. I am actually literally guilty now in the court of law. Here's what the Bible says about my guilt, and here's the way I have to fix that biblically, and that's what I'm going to do. The end. Walk away. Don't ever talk about it again. But no, she has to capitalize on it and make money on it first, which means that she actually isn't repentant at all. She's literally capitalizing on it.
And so that's what I did. And of course that came off as she's being silent because she's guilty, and the internet just completely manipulated that entire situation.
Did the interwebs did it to you? It's the interwebs' fault, everybody. The internet took that situation and ran with it. Well, if that's the case, and there's just that, and it's all lies, then what are you guilty of that you're guilty of? Well, who are you owing money back to then? Right? So right there, you just told another lie. Like the internet just ran with it. Well, that was the truth. Even though he might have been lying about the situation, the truth was the truth. Like, you ripped people off. Right? So she's going to use that as she's going to like get down to the granular micro thing, that one thing. Like, he was lying about that. So really, I wasn't his daughter ripped off. It's probably one of his friends or some petition that they had. You still rip people off. That's the point. The point is you did the thing.
He was very abrasive. I mean, he humiliated me.
You deserved it. You absolutely deserved it. And now that we know, I wonder if that guy knows that that's the video that took you down.
We will leave his name unmentioned because, truth be told, he doesn't deserve any.
Oh, okay. Sorry. His name is Cassidy Campbell, if you guys are wondering. Cassidy Campbell is his name.
More notoriety than he's already gotten by just having my name in the title of his video. Yeah.
Did she just say that? Oh my God, he has notoriety by using my name? You are literally infamous now for being a guilty asshole. So, I mean, sure, you deserve it.
So I got back home from California.
There's a fly in this video. It keeps flying around.
And pretty soon after, like the next week, that video went live.
I think that the main thing that the video did that was...
Are you near a waterfall or something?
That was unfair in this situation is...
Oh, is it unfair?
The video perpetuated a false narrative that that Brittany was a scammer and that she was a fraud and defrauded people intentionally.
She did. Are you guys... What? Is he saying that she didn't? She did defraud people. Yes, she did. She's guilty of it, everybody. What are you saying right now? You're guilty. You owe $400,000, I think, to the government, like $100,000 to the people you ripped off or something. Like, you owe money. You are guilty. What do you mean? This video made her look guilty. 'Cause she is.
Yeah.
Ow.
The one thing that I know that I can speak on, probably better than Brittany can, is that
her eyelashes are like, maybe it's the air conditioning we're hearing. It's her eyelash wind.
This situation was investigated by the state of Texas.
Yeah.
There was never any proof that she intentionally defrauded someone or scammed them. This was
So was she guilty of then? Not scamming people? Who did she owe money to? People she didn't scam? Okay. Now you're just using semantics.
simple situation.
Growth.
But again, that's just another indicator of not taking accountability for your actions, right? They're going to use semantics. They're going to use different language to say, look, then who are you paying back? If you didn't rip anybody off, you shouldn't owe anybody any money, right? Just stop. Just own up to it. Oh my God. You know this makes you look worse, right? Okay, just checking.
Business outgrowing its capabilities.
Yeah. Well, and me again, like, I messed up. I didn't hire on people. I didn't hire on help. I didn't.
So she's not going to say I rip people off. She's going to say I messed up by not bringing in help. But that's not, it wouldn't have worked anyway because they weren't hiring the people you were hiring. They were hiring you to create personalized meal and fitness plans, I think. That's what they were hiring you for. So even if you did hire people, that's not what they were hiring you for. If you were just going to outsource that shit out, then you would have had to been, you'd still been fraud. So, okay.
Ask for help. If I could go back and fix it, I absolutely would, because it was...
No, you're lying now, because it's been years. You could have fixed it years ago. Could have given back all their money then. But you didn't, did you? You just ignored them. You blocked people. Interesting. So what you're doing is lying again. So, I'm sorry, I'm catching all these lies. It's just something I'm good at. You're lying again, because if you could have fixed it, you would have fixed it, and you didn't fix it. So you're lying.
Never my intention to hurt anyone. I wanted to help women. And I did help.
You wanted to help your damn self there, Cheeto.
Women. I had over 5,000 clients.
Mm-hmm.
Over 50, was it 5,500? Something like that. Yep. Over 5,500 clients that I helped, and I loved.
Did you help them? Then who are you owe money to then if you helped? Okay, that's weird way of saying you helped somebody by ripping them off. That's interesting.
Helping them. I actually had one the other day reach out to me, and she was like, hey, I don't know if you remember me. And I was like, I do remember you. I do. That I've helped. And so it was never my intention, because where there were hundreds that didn't get what they paid for, there were thousands that did, and they loved.
Oh, okay, then it's all good. All good then. You only ripped off hundreds of people? Our bad. Then no problem. You can't make this shit up, man. You cannot make this shit up. These people, when they edit this video, do they not see that? Makes them look worse. There were thousands of people that did help, though. And there were thousands I ripped off. So let's focus on the good shit or something. Can we skip to the good part?
The program, and again, it was never my intention to hurt anyone, and I'm so sorry if I did hurt you.
So this apology video is not even an apology video, by the way. It's basically, here's why I'm not guilty, and then I'm really sorry for those I hurt, and then here's another reason why I'm not guilty, and here's the context and everything else. That just takes everything away from your apology, all of it. When you can't even own up to it and just take the responsibility and have a little humility, it makes it worse. Dong. You're a dong. What a dong.
Were mistakes made? Yes, absolutely. Like I said, and I probably sound like a broken record at this point.
No, you sound like a person who's trying to justify everything.
But I took on too much. I mean, I was drowning. I get emotional when I think about where I was and
oh my God, the millions I made.
How I had no social life because I worked sun up to sundown pretty much every single day. Yeah, so...
Are you kidding me right now? Oh my God, I didn't have a social life except I was making millions of dollars ripping people off. You should feel sorry for me. I didn't get to go out and do things. I didn't get to go to Cheesecake Factory with my friends or clubbing. I had to work for the business I was making millions doing, ripping people off. Like, can you not see that? Shut up. Are you out of your damned mind? Do you not have a mentor? You need a mentor. And and if you do, fire that person and be like, look, you suck ass, man. Go find a mentor who will challenge you. Right? A real Christian mentor is gonna be like, look, everything you said there is bullshit. You need someone who's actually gonna call you out in the proper way and biblically and be like, none of that shit. You need somebody who, yeah, you need someone else. I don't know who's telling you this shit that they hear, Tom. The problem with people like B-Dong and people in this industry is that they seek out people that are yes men. They only hire people that are going to give them the response that they're looking for to make them feel good about themselves because they're narcissistic assholes, right? They have to feel good about what they're doing, and they can never feel guilty about it or they'll cry. Surround yourself with people that you trust enough that when they throw something at you, you're like, you're right. Okay? And if you can't do that, you should not be in business.
Mistakes were made because of that. I was burning rubber. I was burnt out.
Burning rubber? What? That's not the phrase.
I wasn't asking for help.
Do you mean you were burning the candle at both ends? Is that what you meant to say? You were burning rubber? That means you were running away, so I guess she's right. Freudian slip.
I wasn't hiring help, and I very well could have because I had the income to do so. And when everything happened in 2019, there's so much that people didn't see that I couldn't talk about. I was scrambling behind the scenes to refund women that
clearly not enough.
Didn't get what they paid for. Even people who...
What does that mean? I was scrambling to return money. What do you mean scrambling? Should have been quite easy. Should have pressed a button. Don't give me that bullshit. Or you wouldn't have been sued by the Texas government.
I don't even know how to say this. Like, there were people who were photoshopping receipts, who were never paid clients of mine, who saw the viral video and then Good Morning America that never knew who I was previous to all this media and all the spotlight attention, and suddenly they were photoshopping receipts, and I was refunding them because I believed them. Because
no, you're stupid. That's your own dumb fault. Dumb fault. Everything's done online in the back end of a program, which you could have been like, look, I'll refund you to the original credit card that you paid for. The end. Otherwise, I'm not going to refund you. She's like, I am the victim again of a scam. How the turntables have turned.
they were.
Well, that's how.
That is so bullshit that you just said that. F you.
And over your head was that the business was growing so fast and there were so many clients coming on board that she couldn't keep up with who.
I didn't have systems, and I should have. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The part that I'll never be able to get behind or agree with was with the media coverage and with videos going viral about you, there were customers.
No one cares if you can't get behind it there, Beardo. No one gives a shit. That's how this world works. If you're going to be an influencer and you're going to rip people off, that's basically sometimes the only avenue people have for their revenge, and they deserve it, right? The only way they're going to get their money back is by calling you out publicly. Sometimes that's where the court of public opinion is a very, very, very strong court, especially for corporations and stuff. We all know that. And so that's what they had to do. So why would you blame people? They had no other recourse. Clearly couldn't get a hold of you. You were blocking people.
From the early days, 2012, 2013, 2014, that when all of this happened in 2019, came back after the fact and said, hey, I want a refund too.
Yeah.
So
when we had proof that I had proof that they not only did they get their program, but they loved their program. I had emails to prove.
So then show them the receipts, man. God, you guys are dumb. Okay, you said that you liked your thing. Here's the thing. No one will hold you accountable to that, okay? But you also rip people off, and that comes part and parcel with what you did. But if you didn't rip them off, then you have nothing to worry about. Why were you refunding people that didn't deserve it? Just don't. Here's the thing that you said you loved. You got your plan. I'm not going to refund you. Bye. Gives a shit. You're already in the shit now.
That I had all the email correspondence that they could have wanted, and they got results. So it was truly a bandwagon mentality. And then when I said no and I put my foot down, they got ugly. And I mean, some
sort of like your eyelashes.
These things that were said to me in emails, like, I can never unsee those words. I can never.
You rip people off. Maybe you took away people from money because, like, let's be real. People fall into scams all the time, and some people will go into debt for these scams. How do you know people aren't taking out credit card debt that they could not afford to be part of this program? Okay, you could have ruined people. People had to choose between that and groceries or paying bills because you're out there influencing them to do it. Okay, it's on them too. Don't get me wrong. But don't be, people wrote mean words because I ripped them off. Are you serious right now? You're going to be an influencer in front of millions of people and you're going to be mad because you got to hear some words? Look, I don't even have that many followers and I've been asked to die millions of times. Okay? Like the other day I got in an accident, obviously people are like, I wish he would die. Like the guy who calls out child exploders, they wish he will die because I make fun of people's thumbs. Okay? That comes with it. Right? It's not going to offend me. Those people are clearly mentally ill in their heads. Okay, it's laughable. Laugh it off, man. That's what you got to do. Once you learn to laugh it off, it all becomes hilarious.
Forget that. It was a bandwagon mentality.
Well, and it was the early days of what we all now know and despise, which is another video
Cancel
that you're going to talk about, but cancel culture. And it's this bandwagon.
What other video? There's another one?
Mentality of, well, if these people did it, I'm going to hop on that. And as a business owner, it makes complete sense to me, and it makes
also known as, consequences of your actions. Let's be real. They're gonna. This is called a deflection. This is cancel culture in full. No. You are literally convicted and have to pay back money that you ripped off people. You are guilty. So this is called consequences for your actions. This isn't cancel culture. Okay, this is consequence culture. There is a difference, everybody, right? You guys know the difference between cancel and boycott, right? You know there's a big difference? Just wondering. Everybody knows that, right? It's like, oh, cancel culture. Everybody loves cancel culture. Don't get me wrong anyway. No matter what side of the political aisle you rest on, if your enemy is getting canceled, you love it. That's just the way it is. So stop lying. Everybody loves it. Okay, it's consequence culture. So if you do something like break the law and rip people off and you suffer the consequences of your actions, that's not cancel culture. That is you reaping what you've sown. Holy shit, she has no idea about the Bible.
Complete sense to a lot of people who were involved in this. You can only do so much.
Yeah.
When you start getting inundated with refund requests, you do your best to keep up with that.
You just try not to drown. That's the thing, is like, it's different because it's not a physical product.
She's also lying now too, right? Because she's like, she's making it sound like she's going to go bankrupt and broke because she had to give some refunds back. But she said if there were thousands, she said there was 5,500 clients and only hundreds were seeking returns. Okay. So just give those hundreds of people their returns and you still got hundreds of thousands of dollars coming in. She's making it sound like she had to give all of it back away. No, she was greedy and she wouldn't give any of it away. She just started blocking people. So no one believes you. And she to this day lives very comfortably, by the way. So it's not like she lost everything at all. She didn't lose anything. And then when they got their guilty verdict, they went off on vacation. So spare me. You absolute donuts.
Like, all of my products were digital, and well, things were mailed out, like t-shirts and merch and stuff, but like the actual plans were never mailed out. And so, yeah, it was just a really...
As a business owner, how do you get your product back?
You can't when it's a digital goods.
You can't.
And so...
Oh, that's odd, since you were literally they were paying to have them shipped, these digital goods. I don't hear you talking about that, though. That's... Right? Look at them like, how do you get a product back if it's digital? Well, why are you charging shipping costs for digital products? I don't hear you talking about that very much. Damn liars. These people are so bad at this.
Well, yeah, and that's a whole thing. We really went into depth about that on the podcast episode, which I'll link below. It's very in-depth compared to this video. One thing I forgot to mention was when this video went live.
Okay, let me get this straight. You did a podcast before this that went super in-depth and you got that out there to make money on. And then you opened this show with like, I can't talk about it. After you said you have a way more in-depth podcast about it. You are this dumb. Like, there's no other way around this, right? Like, you can catch every single lie she makes because she's so bad at it. That's why you got caught, Brittany Dawn, just because you're dumb.
Because this kind of like leads into the lawsuit being opened up. When that video went live, the prank video, I don't know if he did, someone started a petition called Stop Brittany Dawn Fitness Scams. And to give you guys context as to the cancel culture mentality.
Let's hear the context.
The bandwagon mentality behind this. 15,950 people signed that petition. That was like as of last week. I checked.
It's still going?
Apparently. I know, it's ridiculous.
Oh, is it ridiculous? Okay.
I had a little over 5,000 clients. So that is 2/3 of people who never worked with me, who probably didn't even know who I was before this.
Do you not know how a petition works? Are you saying that the only people that were allowed to sign this petition against what you're doing are those that you ripped off? Are you out of your mind? No. These are people in support of those who've been ripped off, who are like, yeah, I believe you that you were ripped off, and if this is the way it's going to work, and it did work, by the way, then this is what we're going to do. Are you serious right now? What are you saying? Look, there's 15,000 signatures. That means that there are a lot of people in the peripherals of those people who also thought you're guilty and wanted justice for the people. Are you serious right now? Holy shit, you're dumb.
And that is why, ultimately, the state of Texas opened.
No wonder your lawyer's like, don't say anything till this is over. Because this is probably the conversations you're having with your lawyer. He's like, no, you're not saying any of this shit. No. What? Your lawyer is like, oh my God.
Lawsuit.
In 2019, when this occurred, the state of Texas received complaints. They opened up an investigation.
Yeah.
The state of Texas has the ability to bring criminal charges against someone
who was a criminal. Smooth. Fake 10 criminal.
Should their actions warrant criminal charges.
Yeah.
It was determined early on that none of this was done maliciously.
Defendant Brittany Dawn Davis admits wrongdoing, but was overwhelmed by the expected number of customers who purchased programs from her website. Defendants claim their failure to provide all services that were ordered was due to volume of consumers. While defendants admit wrongdoing, they maintain that no time did defendants fail to provide purchase. Now, that's not the world saying that. That's Brittany Dawn's lawyers saying that. So just because you highlight it and put it in the video, okay, that's not what the law says. You said that. You say the defendants claim. So is this supposed... Now, if a judge were to say, I agree that she didn't do this on purpose.
So the folks out there that think that Brittany's going to
Are you think we're that dumb? Am I that dumb? Am I missing something? Or is this because this was the thing that came out later, so it's adopted as the narrative? I don't know. But that's what her lawyers claimed, and I guess that's the settlement, I guess. I don't know.
jail? Last time I checked, you can't settle a criminal charge outside of court.
No.
When you're charged with a crime,
Can you not?
you go before a jury. You are either found guilty or not guilty
Can you not? I don't know.
of a criminal charge that then imposes a sentence. That can be decided by the jury. That can be decided by the judge at any point from 2019. This was
Let me drink from my $75 cup.
never a criminal case. This was always a civil penalty about the business and the way her business was run and the mistakes that
Is he saying this is truthful? Or is this semantics again? Pretty sure it was criminal.
were made.
There was an actual.
Should it have been determined that this was maliciously done and with criminal intent, they would have charged her with a criminal charge. That was never done.
So,
Don't forget to cry here.
anyways, that opened up the state of Texas suing me at 28 years old. What a wild ride it's been since then. 4.5 years. It's finally over with as of April 25th.
And now she can, maybe what she was doing is a Christian grift because she's in Texas, and Texas is a very Christian state. Now that shit's over, it's going to be like Brittany Dawn, party girl time. All the sin and shit she wants to do now. It's going to be all like this sin. Here's my ass again. Boom.
A little over a month ago. Yeah. So
By the way, I have no ass, and I have a bigger ass than her.
after a 9-hour mediation, we came to a settlement agreement of $531,000.
$300,000 in civil penalties, $100,000 restitution, which she gives to the victims, I think, and $131,000 attorney fees. Woo!
Is there any change in there? Any pennies that I missed?
There is. The important part of the settlement is that the $131,000 and some change is attorney's fees for the state of Texas Attorney General's office.
Yeah.
$400,000 of that is what we owe and what we are going to pay back.
You don't know, buddy. It's her. But, I mean, his lifestyle is lived off of her social media platform. I can't believe she still makes money on the show. It's crazy.
$100,000 of that is restitution for the clients that didn't receive their packages.
I thought it was only hundreds. How can it be $100,000 if it's only 100 clients or so that you ripped off? Was each of the things that, unless I paid you $1,000 each, I guess, and maybe it makes sense.
And $300,000 of that is what are called civil penalties, which are basically, that's the penalty for not doing things correctly.
Yeah.
That's crazy that the state's like, well, we're going to take some cash. She ripped off all these people. We're going to take some cash, which is like where it hurts, right? But maybe all that cash should go to the victims? Why is it going to the state? What the hell?
That's the AKA the hard lesson learned.
The hard lesson learned. So $100,000 of that will go back to clients who didn't receive a program over the course of time.
Yeah.
So that's the breakdown of the...
So her program wasn't thousands. I think it was hundreds. So she's lying again. She says only 100 or so people that got ripped off. That sounds like it's thousands of people to me. So, okay.
Of the settlement.
Yeah. I want to wrap this up by saying that...
Can I add something for you?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, please do. I can't do any of this. I'm going to cry.
one of the really difficult challenges throughout all of this has been Brittany's inability to speak on this because of
Because she literally has to tell everybody everything, the context of all of it.
being involved in litigation. There has been absolutely just ridiculous false narrative spread about her lack of cooperation with the state of Texas and just failure to produce documents and all of this stuff, and none of that could be further from the truth. We submitted
Where did that all come from then? Is it just out of thin air, or did the lawyers for the state of Texas say all that stuff? Like, they can just say whatever they want and nobody's really going to go look it up, but where did that come from?
over 60,000 business records. Even at one point offered the state electronic devices that had all of the documents on them. There was full cooperation.
Yeah.
So there's...
Okay, no one gives a shit. You still rip people off. That's what we care about.
Some folks out there would like to watch a court proceeding and try to interpret legal jargon that's discussed by two attorneys on opposing sides and try to make a determination of what was said and what is happening, and thus put forth a false narrative of...
Is this guy effing for real right now? So there are people who watched it, these two lawyers talking, and they just determined the conversation and told everybody the conversation was. Is that what he's saying right now? He's like, the lawyer accused her of that, and if that's the case, he's like, well, that didn't happen. Clearly it did if the lawyer said it. He's like, if that's what you want to take is the lawyer's word for it, and they had a conversation in a court of law where they're under oath, and okay, yeah, we do. What? Nice pause screen, bro.
That's not even close to what was occurring.
Yeah.
To the point of mediation, our attorney had a great working relationship with the state of Texas Attorney General's office. We very cordially came to an agreement around this settlement, and it should be noted that our full intention is to pay back all $400,000. I think that I'm really proud of you.
You don't know anything, but you do now.
I think that this video...
I'm so proud of you for ripping people off. Proud husband.
It was really important.
You dickhead. You didn't take any account. None of you are taking accountability. And you sitting there saying, I'm proud of you? You ripped people off and got convicted of ripping people off and had to pay them back. I'm proud of you? Are you serious?
And the subsequent videos will address other things that are completely unacceptable that have happened since 2019.
I can confidently sit here today and say that
you're a liar.
I've learned from this hard lesson.
Have you learned? Because I can confidently say from watching this flaming pile of dumpster trash that no, you're not. You haven't changed anything. You didn't take any accountability. Just saying, hey, it's my fault, and then going on a rant for 20 extra minutes about how it's not your fault, that's not accountability. You can confidently say I've learned. Have you learned? Doesn't look like it to me or anybody else.
I've learned from my mistakes. I've learned from my errors. I don't know what the future looks like.
I hope it's you off the internet. That's what I hope it is.
But I know that from this moment forward, this is in the past. And
sure it is. No, it's going to come up a lot.
Jordan just kind of shared a little bit about what the upcoming videos are going to be about. I don't say it lightly.
Why are you fucking crying in this video? There was no reason to cry anywhere here. You're just faking this shit. You are a fakey fake ass. Fake assery.
When I say that, the last 4.5 years of my life have been a living hell.
Oh, you ripped people off, asshole. You deserved it. Are you serious right now? She's making it sound like it wasn't her fault. B-dong. Guilty. You're guilty. Your fault. What? Okay, I said the thing, fine. Let the haters say what they're going to say, and then we're not talking about everything. Okay.
Every right to move on. It's been almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years in January next year. I didn't scam anyone. I didn't.
You literally are guilty of scamming people. Are you kidding me right now?
Fraud anyone. I'm not a scammer.
Yes, you did.
I'm not a fraud.
Yes, you are.
I'm a grifter. And
yes, you are.
Done tolerating being called that.
So what are you going to do about it? Should I expect a letter from your lawyer, sir? You're a damn grifter. Don't you dare say you're not a grifter, because you're an absolute grifter and you're the worst grifter of all of them. Okay, the shit that you spout from your lips about the Bible and everything else is absolutely in 100% not anything what the Bible's saying. You are absolutely a grifter. You damned grifter.
By people online, by news headlines, by articles, by other YouTubers, by other people on TikTok who are really just ultimately chasing this story for clout, because at this point it's become a clickbait title.
Okay. You deserve it. I don't understand why they think this is some big gotcha. You're just following the story because it's interesting and I'm guilty. Yep. Also, you're a damned exploiter and you're a grifter, so that helps. So what do you mean? Who cares? Why do they think this is some big gotcha? Oh, you're just doing it for clout. Okay. You deserve it. You deserve it. Dumbass. Imagine. Oh my God. Oh, I love this excuse. But yes, you're right. And I'm going to keep calling you out, and everybody should keep calling you out. You're damned guilty. We have the paperwork. The court said you owe money. You're guilty. You think you owe $500,000 because you're not guilty? Mm-hmm. Wow, you're dumb.
I'm so proud of...
Oh my God. Did you really sit down in this video to talk about how you're guilty AF and say you're not guilty, and then now you're going to say I'm so proud? You're going to utter those words in this video. After you owe hundreds of thousands of dollars ripping people off, you're going to say I'm so proud.
The woman that I am today.
The tone deafery. The tone deafery.
I'm so proud of how I've handled myself, how I've carried myself with such grace through.
So much humility. The humility just is like, it's like a heat. It comes off her like a fake tan. Could you imagine being this person who ripped people off and owes hundreds of thousands? I'm so proud of who I've become. Are you? Well, your parents aren't.
This fire.
Mm-hmm. We're all deeply ashamed of you and very disappointed.
I'm so proud of myself for the growth that I've encountered. I have faced some hard things at 32 years old.
You look like it.
I would not be where I am. I wouldn't have made it through the fire without smelling like smoke if it wasn't for my relationship with the Lord. I'm unashamed to say that, because the only reason I made it to this point is because of Jesus.
If that's the case, then why did you take zero accountability? Like, and I'm not saying that, oh, I'm sorry and I was wrong in 1 second phrasing of a 25-minute video, and then the rest of the video is about how you're not guilty. Okay? There are ways you can take accountability. Okay? And it does make you sound guilty, and you are. Okay? And it makes you come off as a better Christian, not like you give a shit, clearly. But I'm telling you, there were ways you could have done this that made you come out on the other side. And actually said, look, man, if you are truly a Christian, a Bible-believing Christian, you absolutely didn't do anything in this video that proves that you are. So, sorry. And the thing is she the people that follow her aren't Christian. The people that are her haters, like a lot of people on these hate threads and stuff, are super anti-Christian. Okay? And that's just the way that world goes. And so when I call her out, you can bet with authority I understand what I'm talking about. Because I lived that experience. I worked as a pastor. I went to Bible college. I grew up in a fundamental church. I know exactly who she is. Okay, and she came late to the game. She's a fundamentalist now after living the shittiest life ever. Okay, which is always the case with these types of people who make bad choices. They come into the church because they think that's going to be their, like, that's their repentance or whatever, because they live such shitty lives, and they think that's the only way they're going to get God's good side or whatever. But the proof is in the pudding about how you've carried yourself through this entire process and how you absolutely don't give a shit about what you actually did to people. So, holy shit, you're very bad at this.
He has carried me. He has sustained me. He has given me the courage and the tenacity to get through this. Mistakes were made. I'm genuinely sorry.
Sounds like you are. No, you're not.
And I'm moving on. And I have every right to move on at this point in my life.
You do. But we're not going to. This is going to haunt you forever on social media. Is she saying that she doesn't think it should? Is that what she's saying? But it's going to.
Yeah, so that is that. Our camera's
all right, Grifty McCheese, let's go!
Actually, so that is the end of this. This will be a 5-part series, possibly 6 parts in case this is this video becomes
6-part series on how I can make more money off telling my story. Guys, don't watch this bullshit. Download it like I did. Why are you giving her the view?
2 videos. This is the beginning of some pretty intense conversations that
I thought you just said you're done with it. You don't want to look back on it. You're going to move on, but you're doing a 6-part series on it? Okay, it makes total sense to me.
I'm ready to have.
Total sense.
As hard as they are. So, okay, well, we'll see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.
You're a dickhole. Both of you are dickholes. Dickhole. All right, well, that was the worst shitty thing I've ever seen in my life. Does she honestly not realize how bad it looks when she does shit like she doesn't get it, right? She doesn't see. Do you not watch this after? What's going on with these people, man? I am just flabbergasted sometimes. I'm often not surprised by these apology videos or whatever you want to call them, these explanation videos. I'm absolutely appalled by that one. She took zero accountability. And even though she said the words like, oh, I absolutely wrong, then why is a 25-minute video of why you're not wrong in there as well? That doesn't make sense to me there. Cheeto Tan? Yeah? All right. Anyway, everybody take a deep breath. I'm recovering, I think. Man, kidneys can kiss my ass. And your ass. Everybody's ass. She can kiss my ass too, and her husband can kiss my ass too. So, yeah. Thanks for being here, everybody, for these conversations. These deep, meaningful conversations where we get to call out these fake-ass lies from these people. And it's so easy to do it. You guys are here with me and having these conversations, and I am blessed by you. I'm better for you. I'm better because you are here. And you're better because you're awesome. Incredibly valuable and amazing. Don't you damn well forget, and I will see you tomorrow.